Morning folks, hope you're all well. Right, Homestead update this week. I'll be honest, I've been that busy, I've only had a chance to get out with the camera once, and it was a bit of a scouting trip, to be honest. We had our local river, the Vernwy. I had a wander down there, seeing if I could find some, well, I was looking for dippers and kingfishers, you know, the usual suspects on the river. Managed to find a couple of dippers, which were nice. So, and again, it were a bit of a skanky day, so I've logged it in the out grey matter, so it's going to be one for another day, that. So I just thought I've been busy, really busy down here and getting jobs done. So I thought we'd have a wander around, show you a few new things. First off, we've been getting some wood. Now this big pile of wood here, it's all offcuts. It's cedar and what else have we got? I think there's some larch in there. So this is going to be, look at all that lot. So I've got all that to machine down. It's going to be fantastic for doing the raised borders. That's the idea behind using that timber. I can rip it down for battening, for doing buildings and the tree bogs that we're putting in. So that's going to be, well, it's a full day of a job getting all that ripped down. So that's on the radar. Now another place we've been doing a bit of work. Let's spin you around. There we go. So as you can see, this it's not a stone wall, but it's starting to look like a stone wall. Well, we've been digging out the side of the barn. We had a massive load of, well, I think it's from when I don't know what was here originally. I'm thinking, I mean, as I'm digging down, I'm seeing like stone footings, if you will. So I don't know whether there was a bit of a piggery here, a pig house or something, and it must have come down because there's loads of slates buried in there and rocks and stones. So all the big stuff, anything that's going to be decent for building with, I'm putting it all here, like the Great Wall of China. So we're going to use that obviously for building projects, for rebuilding the barn. Not sure the plans for the barn yet, but as you can see, you know, we're excavating that nicely. And what I have done, the spoil that I've dug out, so it was like shale, soil, slate, all sorts of stuff. I put it in the base where the polytunnel is. So it was a way of getting rid of that and building the base up on the polytunnel. So that's been good. It's a bit messy, but we're getting there with that. The compost corner, these are pretty much full now, so we're going to have to extend this. I think we're going to probably put another couple of bays on there. So that's another little job. The polytunnel, the old polytunnel, you know, where we had the pied fly catching nesting up in that top corner. This has been a temporary storage area. Now I had the new polytunnel, that was all stored in here, but we've got that up now. So it's not completely finished, but it's allowing me to create some space in here because we want to put some staging up, and because it's getting growing season soon. You know, it's, what are we on now today? 20th of Feb, Thursday, last minute films again. So we're going to get that staging up there for when we start doing the seed, you know, for the polytunnel. And here we go. Let's have a look at that. There, the polytunnel. Well, it's not up. Well, it is up, but we've no covering on it at the moment. Let's have a wander over here. But I'm really excited about getting this done. I'm super chuffed with how it's coming out at the moment. So it's 12 foot by 25, so not the biggest, but massive compared to what we used to have at the old house. We only had a little, I think it were a 10x8 greenhouse. So this is it's going to be superb when we get all the raised beds in. We're going to have to put raised beds in because the ground here is that stony and clayey that we've had to put. I've put this MOT down. I've had to raise the level as well because, yeah, funnily enough, we're on a slope. So it's been a bit of graft. I've put a battening all the way around, like a wooden battening to guide me for putting the levels in and that. And then I've just started I'm not quite finished yet, but I'm putting the aluminium rails around the outside. That's for fastening the polythene to. So I'm hoping we're in a couple of weeks we'll have that covered. Just got to finish around that back end now, and then we're more or less ready for the covering to go on. I've already made the doors, and then here you can see we've been marking out for the beds. So we've got 2 raised beds going here, and we've got 2 big 14-foot square no dig beds. So the idea behind this, as you can see with putting the cardboard down, you put the cardboard down and basically fill up over the top with soil and compost, and these are called no dig beds. So if anyone's thinking of getting into it, have a check of Charles Dowding on the old YouTube, and he's the guru of no dig. And then the idea is that you don't dig the soil, you don't destroy the soil structure. So it's it's a nice way of growing stuff. And then we'll have a wander up here. We've got an ongoing issue with moles at the moment. I think I mentioned it in a film a couple of weeks ago, but as you can see, our boundaries here and the farmer's field full of molehills. Well, yeah, they come on holiday over here, and you can see they make a right mess. It was a nice grass slope this, but there's just molehills all over the place. So we're gonna have to sort them out. But yeah, the garden's coming on, considering it's February, and obviously the weather's not the best. I'm getting on with it, so hence not getting out with the camera too much, but that'll come. So I'll tell you what, we'll go this way instead. I've someone else to show you. Me and my bright ideas. Right. All snowdrops are coming up. There we go. And the daffs are coming up as well. Oh, and them little, I don't know what they are actually. Are they anemones? I'm not sure what they're called. But spring is springing. Now, look at this monster that we've got here. So, look at that rascal. That's a piece of wood, isn't it? So, the story behind this. When I were going up to photograph the short-eared owls, same way every time, and I spotted this in a field. Anyway, long story short, I found out that who owned the land, went and had a chat with the farmer and said, is there any chance of me having that big piece of wood? I mean, I think you'll agree, it's a fantastic prop, it's superb, and it eats oak as well, and it weighs a ton. So he said, yeah, fine, help yourself. So mate of mine, Nye, kindly volunteered to give me a lift, and we got it on the job. A bit of footage on there. I'll put a bit of footage on. It was a job and a half, honestly, because it's oak and it was wet. It was a task. So 2 of us, we managed to get it on. I had to saw part of the trailer off to get it in. But the idea behind this is that it's going to go up in the meadow. So we'll have a wander up there now. I'll show you where this is going, because we've got another project we're going to start in spring. It's going to be a busy spring, isn't it? So now I've always wanted to put a wildlife pond in. So we'll spin you around up onto the meadow. There's the hide, obviously. You can see the hide there and the buzzard set up. But you'll notice we've got an area here that I mowed last year, and this is going to be for the pond. I think I have a bit of aerial footage anyway, I'll stick that on. But you can see the slope. This is going to be the issue. It's not a massive, well, it is a slope, but we've measured it. We've actually got a sponsor for the pond, which is superb. So I'll not put it on yet, but we've a company who have approached me, and they said they'd like to sponsor it and provide the liner and the underlay and any expertise, which I'm going to need some advice on doing it. And so we've got this slope to contend with. It's going to be 4 meters by 6 meters. I watched a film recently. I'll put a link on there actually. And I've no doubt you'll know Robert Fuller. He does some fantastic films, and he put a small pond in this little woodland, and you would not believe the amount of wildlife that he brought in. He had tawny owls coming down, goshawks, buzzards, foxes, badgers, storks, you name it. It was amazing. Even a flock of bramblings and fieldfares came in, and it was only a small pond. So something like that, you know, it's a decent size, 4 meters by 6. We're going to do it low level. Well, I say low level. We're going to put an area where animals can come in, a nice shallow area, so they can go down and do some, you know, drinking. And we're going to put the big log. That's going to be part of it. That's going to be landscaped in. So I'm really super excited about getting that done. Again, it's going to be hard work, that, because the idea, because we've got the slope, we're going to have to bank part of it up with a lot of stone that's going to have to be grab bagged in. So I don't know how we're going to do that yet, but you know, we'll work it out. Right, let's have a wander up the top, show you what you've been doing up there. Now, this particular little part of the woods, you'll have seen this in other films. I've been taking the old sheep fencing out and getting rid of the ash that had the dieback. So we've ended up with a bit of a cleared area really, but we're reasonably level. We've got a nice spot here. So the intention is I'm going to make a little area for doing some bodging and woodland crafts. So it's somewhere I can come out, I'm going to put a canvas tarp up, and you know, somewhere I can work out here doing whatever, you know, woodland crafts. So last weekend I did a course at Lake Vyrnwy doing hurdle making, and it was brilliant. It's a scheme run by the RSPB, and the free courses, which is, you know, great. I think there were 9 or 10 of us, all like-minded people. We just turned up, and then they had an expert there running the course, showing you how to pare the hazel down and the rods, and you know, making a nice hazel. I'll put a couple of pictures up now from when we were there, but it was a brilliant course, and you know, you're meeting new people and learning new skills. So it'll be nice to have an area kind of dedicated to that. I can make my shave horse and what have you, and do some, you know, just working in the woods, if you will. So that's going to be a nice spot to develop, if you will. And also, obviously, I'm hoping we've improved the habitat for the pied flycatchers and the red starts. So let's have a wander up here, last bit now. Right, we're up at the top. You can see our shepherd's up there in bits. This is what we've been working on. We've been getting this path done. So you can see I'm about halfway now. So it's about, I don't know, maybe 3 foot wide. But I couldn't have done it on the digger, to be honest. It needs to be accurate, so it needs to be level. Obviously, we're on a slope again. So we've got one side is a bit of a banking and then kind of leveling out. So this is going to have a weed block down, and then we're going to get the chipper out, and we're going to have a nice wood chip path going up here, leading up to where the shepherd's hut's going. So you can see we're just over halfway, to be honest. I just keep coming out on when it's fine. We've got a couple of hours of fine weather, and then I can get up here and get this dug out. So this is the area where it's going, holding a bit of water at the moment, but it's clay, which is good because I've got like 5 ton of stone there to go in, so that'll consolidate the base. We're going to build a bit of a stone banking up at the back, and I've put some beech trees in. Actually, I've put some beech hedging in. So I put 15 of these in, which are going to give us some lovely colour. You can see that row along there. It's going to be a bit of screening. So we've also just bought a load of trees. Now you can buy trees obviously from nurseries and garden centres, but we went on the Woodland Trust website and we got, how many did we get now? We got 105 trees for 115 quid delivered, which I think they're up to maybe up to 90 centimetres, so they're basically like a whip, if you will. So they're cell grown. They'll be, you know, what they call a bare root, and for that much, it's like just over £1 a tree. You know, we put these in last year, and these were the same. They were really small, and they're proper getting old now. So we got ones that are specifically for wet ground. So we've got goat willow, there's hawthorn, blackthorn, downy birch. What else have we got? Maybe wild cherry and hazel as well, because what I want to do up in that top field, I want to create like a bit of a copse. And copses are fantastic for wildlife, not only for wildlife but also for creating wood for working with. So again, I can do me wood, walking sticks, fantastic for making walking sticks, but you can coppice it every 6 years. So we'll probably do, you know, a couple of areas. So yeah, excited about that. There's quite a few to plant, like, but you know, we'll. I've left my bloody camera. I left my other camera up there, gas bagging. Back up the hill. So that's it for this one. Quick update for you on the homestead. Like I said, it's been a busy week, and I've been umming and ahhing about this, getting a film out every week. And I know people, it is good for the algorithm, and I'm gonna try my best to carry on with it. I can't always get a good quality photography video out every week, which I'm sure, well, I'm hoping you'll appreciate, because there's a fair bit of work goes into it, and when you're also trying to do all these jobs around here, it's quite hard work really. But if we chuck a few, knackered, I'm out of breath, but if we chuck, you know, the homestead updates in, there we go, camera, and yeah, the odd review. I've got a few reviews to do as well, so I'll probably chuck them in midweek, to be honest. So that's it. I'm going down for a brew now. Hope you've enjoyed it. Those of you that this week have bought us a coffee, fantastic, brilliant for the support. Thank you very much, really appreciated. There's a link, I'll put the link on the page now. If you haven't subscribed, it'd be great if you could. Don't cost you anything, just press the subscribe button and tickle the old bell, and you'll get a notification every week when a new film comes out. But from me, from Montgomeryshire, thanks very much for watching. See you on the next one.